There we go. We are on. We are live. That is awesome, possum, pudding, and pie. Alrighty, here we are, everybody. Hope all of you are doing very well. Let's see if maybe the screen might help me a little bit. So now I can't see it. Is awesome, possum, pudding, and pie. Alrighty, here we are, everybody. Hope all of you are doing very well. Let's see if maybe the screen might help me a little bit. I tried to make the screen bigger. So now I can't see it. Is awesome, possum, pudding, and pie. Alrighty, here we are, everybody. Hope all of you are doing very well. Let's see if maybe the screen. Is it echoing, Deb? I tried to make the screen bigger. So now I can't see it. Is awesome, possum, pudding, and pie. Oh my word. Okay. Can you hear me, Deb? Oh my god. Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, yes, it's bad. How about now? Is it echoing? Is it echoing now? Wow. Okay. Okay, great. Because I had the volume on my, so I have two screens, right? So my YouTube screen and this screen. So on the YouTube that I can see myself, as live, I had hit the volume button. I don't know why I did it. I've never done that before, but today I decided to hit it. Okay, no echo. Great, awesome. Oh, so thank you for joining. I'm so glad your little fur baby is okay. Man, that kind of stuff. I hate to ask what your vet bill was. Man, seriously. It's kind of scary as heck, right? But the things we do for them critters. So, I was going to say something. Wait, let me get this deck out. This is a beautiful deck. I love this deck. Oh, why is it upside down? Oh, maybe. Is it all good? Yeah. Oh, it still smells new. The first card that I see out of this box is this, and the second card I see is this. So I'm like, okay, clearly, right? Very interesting. We're going to be using. You guys are lucky. Your vet is probably a lot more reasonable than my vet over here, which is crazy. Okay, so what happened was, I'm going to have to set my, I have to tighten my nose stud. If I don't, like every time I blow my nose or whatever, it gets loose, and I don't want to lose it because it's a diamond. I'm not going to lose that thing. That was Jen McCabe. What was Jen McCabe? Wait, what? I'm missing something. Hi, I farted. How are you? That was Jen McCabe. I don't know what you mean by that, Deb. I'm not sure. Alright, we'll get on with this. I don't know what she means by that. So anyway, we'll just wait until she's okay, I got it. Okay, I'm like, wait, what am I missing over here, right? I got it. I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. Okay, let's get all this stuff. I don't know who's going to join in and who's not, but we can get started with this today. It's going to be interesting. So what I did was, I was very curious to see, first and foremost, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations, my opinions, and allegedly do your own research, do your own due diligence, and draw your own conclusions. Now see, I see that little bit of a sparkly thing here, but what is it reflecting? I don't understand. I'm not understanding. There's no window behind me. there's a window behind the computer to the left, and there's nothing reflective, like I don't have a mirror or anything behind me. So I don't know what this reflection is. I don't get it. Okay. So I was just curious because we had Wendy's date of, Donna Adelson's date of birth as February 5th, 1950. And then I know it's strange, isn't it? And then, see, it's changing too now. And then I looked up to see if I could find a place of birth. And surprise, surprise, look at this. Let me read it out for you. She said, this thing says, Donna and her husband Harvey Adelson both grew up in New York City, and Donna attended Queens College. Some biographies estimate she was born around 1949 or 1950. We don't know, but they don't specify the birthplace. Now listen to this. This is like, it's not publicly confirmed, but would you like helping? Yes. Let me see if this pops up something. It's not publicly confirmed, but this thing is showing me, saying a tax-proof blog intriguingly claims Mrs. Adelson was actually born in India with a naturalization in 1990. But that detail appears isolated and isn't corroborated by mainstream profiles. Go figure that out. Go freaking figure that out. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Wow. So that kind of blew me over there. I was like, okay. Then it says her Leon County arrest probate cause affidavit lists place of birth as Florida, but does not give a city. So I'm sitting here thinking, again it says one blog post claims she was born in India, which isn't corroborated elsewhere. But restricted but immediate family. Okay. Want me to dig into yearbooks? Yes. So I thought that was very, very, very interesting. I was like, because I wanted to look up and see, like, we didn't have a place of birth the last time we were doing this. We just had a date of birth. I have considered her date of birth to be February 5th, 1950, unless something pops up which proves that it isn't 50 and it is, it's 49, so we don't know. There is still no reliably published city of birth for Donna Sue Adelson. Okay. She was place of birth in Florida. Yeah, that's the same thing. It's the same thing it says. Oh, okay. So I am very, very, very curious about this. So it checked Queens College public materials quickly and didn't find a birthplace of record. So I thought this was fascinating to me, right? Very strange. But either way, so I have considered, so what I did was, city and place of birth is very important, as is the time of birth. But for most often, if we don't have the time of birth, that's fine. We just take it at 1200 hours, at middle of the day, 12 noon. You know, the degrees may slightly vary, but for the most part, that's acceptable in terms of astrology. So I did a chart for her for New York, which is the same time zone as Florida, so that won't change in case she was born in Florida. I did one for if she was born in Delhi, India, and it still showed up her sun sign and her moon sign, her Venus, and all showed up the same. It didn't show much of a difference in that, and except the degrees may have been slightly different, which again we won't worry about at this point. So my curiosity was, okay, hold on a second. So she is an Aquarius sun. What is a moon sign, right? I was very curious about that. She has she has a Virgo moon. So now let's go back and let's look at, what am I looking at? Let's look at the eclipse. The lunar eclipse is coming up on the 7th and 8th of September. So if she's an Aquarius and her moon is in Virgo, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house is Virgo, right? So anyway, let's leave that aside for a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's separate, leave that aside. But for her, if she has a Virgo moon, then the lunar eclipse is going to happen in the 6th house. Because remember this is a bit confusing, so keep up with me. So Donna Adelson was born on February 5th, 1950 or February 5th, 1949. Her sun sign would still be Aquarius, right? So technically, this lunar eclipse is going to be lunar eclipse is going to occur in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, keep up with me. The lunar eclipse is going to happen in the sign of Aquarius. So when you look at that, then you can say that, oh, if a person has a Aquarius moon sign, then you can say, okay, that's where the drama is. But her moon is in Virgo. Okay, so I'm going to read for both Virgo moon and Aquarius moon. You understand? So I'm sorry if I'm confusing you all. So just catch up. Just hold on. So her moon is Virgo. So if the lunar eclipse is occurring in Virgo, right? Her moon is in Virgo. Aquarius is the 6th house from that, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all the 6th house aspects will be activated. Do you get what I'm saying? Her moon is in Virgo. She has a Virgo moon, but currently the eclipse is happening in Aquarius. Yes, she's an Aquarius sun sign too. So Aquarius is going to be her 6th house from her moon sign. Get it? So therefore, there is going to be a lot of drama in terms of, scams and issues with regards to the family members, her health issues. It's not necessarily a good time. A lot of losses in terms of monetary, losing control of the financial independence or capability of taking care of yourself. And it's not necessarily the best of time. Now, let's do one more thing. Remember, we have a solar eclipse coming up on September 21st. Let me see about the solar eclipse on September 21st. Solar eclipse on September 21st. Where would the solar eclipse be? Hang on one second. Let me... September 21st. I'm going to just confirm this before I shoot my mouth. Solar eclipse. September. Okay, let's see which house it's going to fall in. Oh shit, I have it over here on my chart. What am I doing? Hang on, y'all. Because this is going to be a pretty instrumental time for her. Here, I have this chart. I have it all printed out. Man, girl. And here I'm breaking my head with this dang phone business. Never mind. So, September 7th, okay. 21st. So, it's going to be a new moon partial solar eclipse that is also happening in Virgo. Wow. Oh shit. So now this is saying the lunar eclipse is happening in... Oh my god. I need to smack myself right now because I made a mistake. Let me go back and fix this, okay? Because I made a mistake. I got myself into a tizzy. Alright, let's start over. So please, Beverly, hi, everybody, hi. Please disregard what I said thus far. Let's start all over again. My bad. So, Donna Adelson was born on February 5th, 1950. Her place of birth is a little bit confusing. We don't know if it's New York, we don't know if it is Florida, we don't know if it is India, as some of these articles claim, but nothing is corroborated. So either way, her sun sign is Aquarius and her moon sign is Virgo. Now on September 7th and 8th, we have a lunar eclipse, okay, a full moon total lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse is actually happening in Pisces, okay. So for her, if you just take her sun sign, then Pisces is going to be her second house, okay. If you just take her ascendant is Aquarius, Pisces is her second house, and the eclipse is going to happen in her second house. So just disregard what I said earlier. So if it is happening in her second house, so we'll consider her ascendant as Aquarius, and looking at the ascendant, the lunar eclipse is going to happen in Pisces, and Pisces in her second house, correct? So that could have a lot to do with her immediate environment, her accumulated wealth, her monies, how she's able to support herself, her family, her assets, her talents, basically, you know, her wealth. So she's basically going to lose all of that, access to all of that. She's absolutely going to lose all of that. So it's no, y'all, this is all fucked up. Okay, excuse me, I do not know what is going on with my computer. It's feeding me some bullcrap information over here. I'm embarrassed to say I'm making a mistake again, because I'm looking at two charts. Oh, now I get it. No, never mind. We're good. So her second house, right? So her ability to earn, her assets, her monies, her security, and all that kind of, her wealth and all that kind of stuff is all her possessions. She's going to lose everything, including her family connections, her dignity, her respect, all of that. And we know all that's gone to pot. Now let's move on. So we finished that. That is regarding Aries ascendant, and if the eclipse is going to fall in Pisces, then what happens, right? Now keep in mind, this is confusing, and I know I'm blabbing and I'm going round and round, but the Western astrology looks at the sun signs and the Vedic astrology looks at moon signs. Now let's look at the moon sign. She has a Virgo moon, okay? So if you consider a moon sign, right, if you go by a moon sign, per Vedic astrology, they always go by the moon sign, then her eclipse is happening in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house, 7th house, depending on the degrees it falls, right? So that talks about friends and enemies, that talks about health issues, it talks about losses, good health, bad health, hospital stays, yada yada, all those other things. And it also talks about foreign influence and foreign restrictions. Like if somebody wants to have some sort of a connection or business or whatever associated with a foreign land, there's going to be a lot of drama with that. There's going to be a lot of restrictions. Everything is haywire. And if you consider the 7th house, right? So 7th house talks about partnerships, marriage, contractual relationships, success, failure, all that. So depending on what degree it falls for her, remember we don't have an exact time of birth, so 6th and 7th house, let's assume both will be affected to a certain degree, certain aspect. Her relationships are got shot to shit. So she's, whichever way you look at it, she's like oh, we have another doofus magoofus. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. We have another doofus over here. So let's, whoever this idiot, wasn't this idiot the last time here too? Right? wait, let's not do that. Okay, so okay, we got that idiot out. Nancy says, don't smack yourself. Like, sometimes it's like, you're doing these calculations and your mind is going 100 miles an hour. You're like, wait a second, hold on a second. I have to decide, am I going to look at Western astrology or Vedic astrology? So, anyway, so that's all taken care of, right? So we figured it out. Either way you look at it, whether if it's in her first house, or second house, or sixth house, or seventh house, either way you look at it, she's screwed, because if it is in her first house, let us assume that it's going to fall in Aquarius, her first house, she's screwed because her whole identity, her individual, everything is gone. Like I said last time, I don't think this chick is going to be around for much longer. Donna Adelson. I don't think she's going to be around for much long. So, yeah, she's going to be sentenced. Yeah, it's going to be like what you call murder of first degree. That is what I'm leaning towards. Her sentence is going to be. So she is FUCKED, we know that, and she did it to herself, right? So I'm going to get this. Yeah, Adam is back. Well, let me remove. Yeah, some nasty stuff this individual is posting. Come on. Who's Donna? Hey, it's Donna Adelson, this whole drama about Dan Markel's case. So, okay. So let's see. Okay, let's see, Donna Adelson. Okay, we have Uranus. Oh, and we have Venus behind. I wouldn't be surprised if these two cards popped up. They are a diabolical family, except for the oldest. I hear you. I mean, and then we have Libra. Look, here's another thing I wanted to say. I just saw a thumbnail and I didn't go and click on the video because I didn't have time. Some lady out there had found out, I think the caption read, Wendy Adelson's love interests and boyfriends. Like she had actually done some work and she's dug up information and she has photographs of them and she's put it on her, like on a little thumbnail. I want to go and watch that later. But she had that, all of them, 4 or 5 of them listed over there, including the current one who looks like, never mind. So I thought that was interesting. And another lady, again, I saw the thumbs up. Maybe Adam is just an overshare. Yeah, Beverly High, yeah, it's just one of those. The other thumbnail I saw was this lady went for a open house in Florida, wherever Charles Adelson lived, like his house went up for sale. And she went in for the open house and she actually filmed it. Again, I didn't get to see it because I was like, yeah, I gotta get on with this video. So I thought that was interesting. If you'll find it, I didn't, like, what's the word? Mark it to see further because I just didn't. So if you all can find it, go watch it. It'll be interesting. I particularly want to watch the video where that lady is talking about Wendy Adelson's multiple love interests. Like, I really want to. So, and looks like she's going after guys who have the money and, a certain kind of a lifestyle. So, which leads me to wonder, how did she end up with Jeff? Right? Isn't Jeff the last guy? He was in court. So that leads me to be like, what the hell's going on over there? So anyway, let's get to this because I was all over the map today. My goodness. We have Venus, Uranus, Libra. We have the World card, we have the Chariot card, and we have Temperance. Let's break this down. This is the current energy surrounding her, right? So Venus, of course, we know about luxury. Oh, Nancy says, I saw the real estate agent video. His house wasn't, it wasn't that great, yeah. So, and we talk about Venus over here, which is all things, where is her Venus? Let me look. Her Venus is in Aquarius. Oh, Donna Adelson's Venus is in Aquarius. Interesting. So that self-love business, yeah, it's all about herself. It's all about herself. So what this is telling me is, and the world card is, things coming around full circle, yada yada. World card is Saturn. So heavy restrictions in terms of her individual self, her identity, like however she believes herself to. We all know it's a court case. I mean, the whole world is watching probably, or at least America. Like her reputation is shot to shit, and like she's probably one of the most hated people around right now in America, right? Along with a couple of other individuals that I can think of, including her daughter, her one son, and whatever. So major restrictions in terms of there's nothing she can do to protect her identity, there's nothing she can do to clean up her act, there's nothing she can do to change her identity and to pitch for the like your marketing thing, right? Change the packaging and relaunch it, and all of a sudden people will start buying it. She can't do any of that stuff because it's very restricted at the moment, and clearly we know why. Then you have Uranus, and it's on the Chariot card. Now, if she is an Aquarius, right, we know she's an Aquarius, Chariot is Cancer, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. Cancer is a 6th house. So we have Uranus, sudden shocks and changes in terms of people who she thought were going to be on her side, people who she thought would be supporting her, like, her friends and enemies, if you will, right? So she's going to be very, 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 very surprised. And as we know, I mean, Wendy wouldn't even look at her in court. So she's basically like, it's hitting her now. And Uranus it talks about shocks and changes. So she is actually, even though this whole process of Wendy being on court and the way she answered her mom, and I think Wendy basically threw her mom under the bus, right? She still hoped that there would be some redeeming qualities, and maybe the family would come together. Everything is gone. It's all gone. Now she's also very, very concerned about her health too. I'm not talking about a mental state. There would be some sudden information that might pop up in the near future with regards to her health taking a turn for the worse. This is very interesting. She's either on some medication, she's finding it difficult to balance her emotions and her mind, which is understandable even though she's a criminal. But she is finding it very difficult to even balance her I would say her gait. So she has some issues. She has some major issues. Health is going to be very much affected for her. Very much affected. It's going to pop up. Then next we have, it'll pop up soon enough. Then we have Libra and the Temperance card. Now, if she is an Aquarius, Libra is going to be her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house. So 9th house talks about, travel, higher education, new beginnings, etc., etc., etc. And then you have the Temperance card. Temperance is Sagittarius. Is ruled by Jupiter, right? That is her 11th house. She is going to be reaching really hard. What is 11th house? Like-minded people, groups and friends, all of that stuff. She is going to be reaching really, really, really far and deep to be able to find somebody who's going to be in her corner. And she's not. This court case and this whole situation is absolutely not going to be a good turnout for her. Is she accused? Is she being charged with first-degree murder? Yes. But I will say though, however many years she's already served in prison, that might account for some time served. And she's also going to be able to have some sort of lax in her accommodations or her whatever, her sentencing or whatever, because of her health. Her health is going to take a turn for the worse. So we know that for now. So let's do this. Let's look at, and of course, whatever questions you'll have, the MTCs behind Donna looks bad for her to jury. Well, I mean, it's like, This guy came out. I'll put him back. I haven't used these cards. They still smell new. I haven't used it in a while, so let's use it. So she's in big doo-doo because she's got the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. Both are going to be affecting her very deeply. Very deeply. She could kick it also really soon. I mean, seriously. No jokes. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations, my opinions. Do your research, do your own due diligence, draw your own conclusions, and these are allegedly. Because it's not looking very good for her. It is not. Yeah, she wants out. She's done. She's fried, man. She's fried. She wants out. She absolutely wants out. I want to check this one symbol, y'all. Hang on one second. Let me see. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm trying to... Let me see. No, I don't see it in that. No, but she is definitely effed up. She did it to herself. She's done. She's like mentally fried. She's like, I've had it. I don't care what happens to me anymore. For her, she's in a situation where she feels like, really like, I don't care. I don't care what happens. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. That's the energy I get from her. I don't care. But what bothers her is the fact that everybody's turned against her. That is what is annoying her. And that is what she feels that she needs to get back, redeem herself. But in terms of what her sentence is going to be, she's saying, I really don't care anymore. In her mind, it's all about, I'll tell you what it's all about. 9 of Swords. So in her mind, it's all about trying to contain, trying to keep my family safe, trying to keep my family together. And I spent so much of time on trying to organize all of that, and now it's like I'm being thrown to the wolves. So she has a lot of anxiety and depression with regards to that. Not so much what she did. She says, yeah, I would do that for my family all over again, right? She would do it again. But the fact that the family have thrown to the wolves is what she can't deal with. So emotionally and mentally, she's kind of given up on her sentence, on her what's going to happen to her. She's given up on that. So we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, these are some really nice cards. I should use them more often. Oh, one more. Queen of Wands. Okay. Then we have the Two of Swords. Really nice, beautiful cards. Look at the cards at the back also. Really pretty. Then we have Nine of Cups. We have the Moon card, which popped up the last time also for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have the King of Swords. Right? Let me just move them. There we go. Then we have the Magician. The Seven of Swords. We have the Star card. I think the Star card popped up for her the last time too. She has the Ten of Wands. She is fried. Oh, poor thing. Right? And then she has the Four of Wands. So 10, 11. 12, the Queen of Swords. Oh my God, girl. One more. And she's got the Two of Cups in reverse. This is the only card that's popped up in reverse. Very interesting. So let's read this. I mean, I don't feel sorry for her, whatever, you know. So Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands, like there's a lot of frustration, a lot of emotions, wanting to scream, wanting to yell, wanting to take action, you know, let me say my piece, I have things to say. You know, she's very, very, very much caught in this situation of being emotionally overwhelmed and wanting to throw caution to the winds and jump up and say something or do something. Like she's very frustrated. It's almost like the energy around her is she wants to just get up and hold her daughter or whoever is talking against her, like shake them, you know, hold them and shake them like that. She wants to do that. Very weird energy around her. She's like, she has accepted her fate. She has accepted the fact that she's dumb. She's done, okay? But she is fighting. Why are they throwing me under the bus? Why can't they take some responsibility for this? I did it all for you. By you throwing me under the bus, you're being ungrateful. That is what she's struggling with. Because in her mind, she's the one who principally held the family together, and everything she did for the sake of the family. And now look, where is my family now? That's her dilemma. That's her stress. And then you have the Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is, you know, a lot of mental stress, a lot of back and forth, a lot of what's the word? A lot of thinking and thoughts going on in her head. Like, I have to make a decision. I have to make a decision. So what is the decision she needs to make? Nine of Cups. And what is Nine of Cups? Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. Well, what kind of wish fulfillment? Why do you have to decide about wish fulfillment? What is your wish that you need to fulfill? We have the Moon card. Now, what is the Moon card? Moon card tells us there's a lot going on under the surface. Don't make any hasty decisions. Beware. There's a lot of deception, a lot of feelings, self-sacrificing, feeling deceived, feeling like you have sacrificed yourself for nothing. All of that drama. So I wonder if I don't know whether she already testified or not. I don't know. I wonder if she's sitting in a situation where she's saying, well, fuck, if they threw me under the bus, I may as well say my piece for some brownie points against Wendy, right? Because there is that little bit of feeling very let down by the daughter. I think she sees through Wendy really well. I think Donna has come to realize the kind of person Wendy really is. I think she has come to realize truly who Wendy is and the kind of person she is. I think Donna has finally come to understand that. Because Wendy is very self-serving. You know, she played it very well. Wendy played this very well. Like that poor innocent, you know, the only daughter in the family, she really needs to be taken care of. She's the, you know, whatever, baby of the family or whatever, right? The only daughter, like, I need help, I need y'all to protect me. And she pitched it like that, and everybody did exactly what she wanted, what she expected them to do. And now she's sitting back and enjoying herself. Imagine, okay, the older brother is separated from the family, right? The younger one is in jail. The father is old enough, he can go anytime. The mother is not getting out of jail. Who's all the money going to go to? Then we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords energy popping up here is very interesting, because that says there's a great need to have strategic thinking, but that's all out of the door because of your stress, because of where you are mentally, because how imbalanced you are mentally, right? Yeah, she's an absolute monster and she created all of that. Do you think Harvey knew what was going on? I'll come to that. I'll answer your questions. Okay, hang on. And then we have the Magician. Now, the Magician, as we know, is ruled by Mercury. It's communication. It's, you know, the ability to create magic, etc. So she is like, all right, wait. I did my best to create a perfect environment. I did my best to create an ideal family, ideal kids, perfect kids, that sort of a thing. But where did that lead me? Led me to the Seven of Swords. And what is the Seven of Swords? Betrayal, right? Dishonesty. What did that? Ultimately, they all betrayed me. They're all being dishonest. And then you have the Star card. Star card is an Aquarius card. Star card says there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people who are going to help you, but are they really going to help you? Because she has a Ten of Wands. She is very burdened because now she's come to realize that there's really not going to be much that anybody can do. Because remember earlier I said like-minded people, groups and friends, there's really not much that people can do to help her. There's really not many people who want to help her. And she dug herself into this little pothole. Then you have the Four of Wands. You may think, okay, Kirtana, Four of Wands is a positive card, it talks about, victory and going home and family establishment and all that stuff. So between the Ten of Wands, the Four of Wands and the Queen of Swords, she would like to go home, right? And what is the Queen of Swords saying? Queen of Swords does talk about, being totally honest with yourself, being emotionally very, very honest with yourself, being emotionally very clear and having the ability to think clearly and being able to make decisions in terms of okay, this is the reality, this is where, this is how it's going to be. So she has understood and she has realized that there's no going back home, there's no victory, there's no nothing. And Two of Cups in the reverse. So what is Two of Cups? Two of Cups talks about partnerships and love and this and that. So if anybody ever thought, this is to answer Debbie's question, that Harvey is going to go and help her out, he's not. So even that is gone. So her hope and belief that she'll be able to, her home, her family, she'll be able to at some point go back home now. And I don't think Harvey is going to support her either, because it's too much of a risk now. Is he sitting behind her in court? Yeah, probably, just to kind of, for whatever, visuals maybe, just to show that there's somebody on her side, because imagine what the jury would think if there's nobody in her corner. And visuals play a big part in all of this, right? So somebody's got to sit in her corner. So are they wishing on a star over here that some magic is going to happen and she's going to get away with it? They really know she's not going to get away with it, but as they say, hope is the last to die. So that's very interesting. She's not. Her health is her health is going to take a turn for the worse. Y'all watch. Okay. Do you think Harvey knew what was going on? Okay, let me ask. You can ask your questions now, y'all. We can do that, question and answers. Do you think Harvey knew what was going on? Page of Wands and the Six of Swords. He absolutely knew what was going on. He absolutely knew. Look at that. He absolutely knew what was going on. But he tried to distance himself from the situation. He also knows that money was exchanged. He knew what was going on. He absolutely knew. He's an accomplice. They are just trying to keep him out of the picture so that somebody in the family is going to get the money and is going to be able to be there to manage the money and finances and all of that stuff. So, what are the questions you'll have, y'all? Will Wendy be charged? Katie Dube. I hope I said that correct. Will Wendy be charged? I think I answered this the last time, but I'll answer. Do you think Donna will offer? So hang on one second. Is Wendy going to be charged? Ooh, baby girl. Yeah. The wheel is churning. The wheel is churning. Oh. The Fool card. King of Coins. The Strength card. The Two of Swords. Look, so the wheel is turning, and we may think, oh, the Fool card, she's going to go off on a new journey, she's going to be like yada yada, she's going to be like all fine and all that good stuff, but it's not going to be. The wheels are turning. There are going to be some new charges brought against her. Now, King of Coins. King of Coins is Pentacles is a earth sign, right? And isn't Wendy Taurian? Yeah, she's a Taurus. There we go. So I'm going to say there is going to be a new investigation with regards to her, with regards to Wendy. The Strength card, which is a Leo card, is telling me it's going to bring on some stronger allegations, some stronger, what's the word? Allegations, charges. And Two of Swords, the only thing with this is, I'm going to say, is she going to go in life, go into prison for first degree murder, or is she going to go into prison for being an accomplice or knowing something? I don't think she's going to go in for first degree murder, because if you look at from the perspective of what's going on in the court also, nobody has really thrown her under the bus, right? So that would be her saving grace. But she is going to be held accountable for something. So I'm going to say, 10 years, maybe 20 years, 10 years at the most, something she's going to be held accountable for. But I doubt it's going to be first degree murder. I doubt it. So, do you think Donna will off herself? I thought I felt that energy when I had pulled cards for her earlier. Is Donna going to off herself? And you know what came to mind? And I didn't want to say it. What came to mind was somebody's going to supply her with something and she's going to OD. That's what came to mind when I was pulling cards for her earlier. So, Donna going to off herself. Knight of Coins. Queen of Coins. And Four of Coins. Whoa, man, all the Pentacle cards. By Nine of Coins. What in the world? By Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's a chance she might try. There's a chance she might try. She wants to walk away from this all. She's given up, y'all. She's like, I'm so over this. Like, her reason for being still active in terms of, is because she feels a betrayal from the family. That's what she says. I did everything for y'all and y'all just threw me under the bus. Did Wendy know about, hi Summer Moon, did Wendy know about this whole thing? Oh, heck yeah, she knew, but I'm going to pull a card for that. Oh, she absolutely knew that. She knew that he was going to be offed. She absolutely knew. Yes, absolutely. Beverly, did Wendy know from the start? She absolutely knew. Yes, she absolutely knew. That's a success card. She absolutely knew it was going to happen. Ouch, I just knocked my elbow. Good deal. Okay. Will Dan's parents raise the kids? Will they change their names back to Markel? Yeah, I don't think, Beverly, you're right. I doubt if she's going, like I said earlier, I doubt if she's going to go down for first degree murder, but accomplice or hindering with evidence or not, that sort of a thing she could. Will Dan's parents raise the kids? Will they change the names back to Markel? Will Dan's parents raise the kids? Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Page of Cups. I have two cards over here. Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. Ace of Cups. I think they will. There's going to be a little bit of a few hoops they have to jump through, but there's also going to be a fight saying that they're too old, they can't be taking care of the kids, but then the kids are teens now, right? So I think they'll be fine. Page of Swords is saying there's a lot of talk going on about it already. They've contacted their attorneys and all that. And Ace of Cups, I do believe that they will have custody of the children. And in terms of changing the children's names, I don't know about that. Let's see, will they be able to change the children's name back to Markel? Oh, the Hierophant. They might go to court and do it after all. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, they might end up doing it. And Ten of Cups. Yeah, they absolutely might end up doing it. Changing the names. So Katie says, yes, I think she will. She said she would. I don't know. I get what you're saying. For the victim's request. Hold on. I've always thought they were waiting for the kids to turn 18 for the victim's request. Oh, okay. All right. So I think if the prosecutor had enough to convict Wendy, they would have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They may not, but they'll get her. Remember cases we've seen in the past, like what's his face's name, Barry Morphew. And any number of those other cases, they let them go couple 2-3 years, couple X number of years, and finally they get them on something. That's what's going to happen to her too. But here's the thing, I doubt if she's going to, like I said, even the other day when I did a reading for the whole family, I doubt if she's going to get charged for first degree murder. She may not. Because nobody in the whoever has taken the stand thus far, nobody has said that nobody has thrown Wendy under the bus. Literally. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen every single video and all that because I just whatever. This case again was brought to my attention a couple of weeks ago by Deb and also Susan. So I don't know. Anyhow. Or was it Deb? I think it was Deb. Anyway. Conspiracy charges. Yeah. Was it planned to set Jeff up? Hang on. I know, I really pray for the... Imagine the kids, right, growing up to know that, the mother and the mother's parents and uncle and everybody kind of killed their dad. I mean, heck. Okay, so what's the question? Was it planned to set Jeff up? Was it planned to set Jeff, the boyfriend, up? Did they plan to set Jeff up? Were they trying to set up Jeff to take the fall? Page of Wands, planning and action. Oh, Six of Swords. And the Emperor card. Yeah, Four of Coins. They tried. And Four of Swords. Oh my God, they absolutely tried to set up Jeff. I mean, Jeff literally dodged a freaking bullet. He literally dodged a bullet. So, yeah. So, this is, when I want to repeat myself. Earlier when I was pulling cards for Donna, and I said, she's not going to be in a good frame of mind. I thought, oh, she's probably going to off herself and, she may have somebody bring her something and she's going to OD. Something like that. How are the boys doing during the trial? I know, that's so sad. Let's take a look and see. I'm actually going to use these cards because this is a bit heavy. Let's... No, I actually will use this one now. Let me see. Let me see what comes up for the boys. So sad. How are the boys doing? How are Dan Markel's kids doing? How are Dan Markel's kids doing at the moment? How are Dan Markel's kids going to do? See, they want to be free of all this drama, emotionally battered, as is very much understandable. And also, this whole thing happened when they were very young and they couldn't understand that. But as they're growing up, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids can very much access the internet and go watch all this drama, right? Even if the mother tries to protect them and shelter them from reality. I mean, kids are pretty good. They don't even need the computer, on their cell phones. They can look it up and they can see what the accusations are. They probably can watch the same videos that a whole bunch of the public is watching in terms of following the case. So they are very much devastated. But here's the thing: what they have literally bought into the fact that the mother is innocent. She has been able to pitch to them that she had no idea. She has completely convinced them that she had no idea that this was going on. She had no idea that this was the plan. And yeah, she divorced her dad. Their dad. Yeah, she didn't get along with them. They had their own arguments and all. But she would have never done anything like that. So they have bought into that spiel. They've absolutely bought into that story. The problem is they are not going to believe that story for long. And that's the thing. That's the thing with Wendy. She is trying her very best. Her goal is, even if I get, I ruined this, even if I end up going to prison for maybe 5-10 years, I'll be able to come out of it and live my life with my kids. And she's really smart, y'all. I mean, I don't know why people don't see that witch is the one who actually orchestrated everything so well. She's planned it so well. Pitching, I'll say it again. She has pitched this whole, poor little Wendy. I mean, look at her life sucks and she doesn't know what to do. And, mommy, daddy, help me. I don't know what to do. And, she's the baby of the family, only daughter in the family. I bet you she's daddy's baby girl. And don't tell me how he didn't know. He absolutely knew everything was going on. Nobody can convince me that Harvey had no idea none of this was happening. Absolutely, because if he was also working in the company, he would know where the monies are going and coming from. I am sure he very well knew about it. Okay, but anyway, Wendy's extremely she has completely convinced them that she's being hounded, she's being targeted, she's being, crucified, and I would never do that, and look at me, I wrote a book about, human trafficking, and, I always want to help people. Why would I go and kill your father? And by the way, apparently there's a video of her being interviewed by some news lady about a book in 2012 or something like that, 11 or 12 or whenever the heck it was. And then I was like, I don't think any news channel is going to interview a little author like that, right? Unless your book is like, hits the top 10 or top 5 or whatever. And I figured, it's probably one of those paid for channels, right? Where you go and launch your product and they interview you and they actually sell those slots. You have to pay to get on that slot because it's like you want to get on there and advertise for your product and they make it look like they're interviewing you. That's what it is. And okay, I'm going to say one more thing. Okay, I'm very cognizant about my appearance. I know I'm no beauty queen, so whatever, people want to throw stuff at me and talk about my appearance, I don't give a fuck, screw you. But there are a lot of people who are saying that she's really beautiful. I digress. In my opinion, she's not beautiful. She never was. Maybe there's something about her that men find attractive. Maybe, she bats her eyelashes or does whatever, but I seriously don't think she's beautiful. Not in any way, shape or form. That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. So, she's very good at manipulating people. I can visualize her sitting there on a date and paying attention to everything the guy is saying and, oh yeah, oh my God, yeah, I agree, I see it, you're so awesome, yada yada. She's very good at emotionally manipulating people. She has perfected that. And she has really perfected that whole appearance of I'm very classy, but I can also be very down to earth. And a lot of guys fall for that shit. They look at the appearance, oh, she's wearing this tight little dress, and then she's okay looking, and then she hangs on to every word, and then guys just, whatever. I'm sorry to say this, but not every man has the ability, or even if he does, chooses to look past the facade to see the true character of the person behind the face and how they're presenting themselves. Not every man does that. Not every woman does that either. So it is what it is. So I'm just talking. Am I just talking to myself? I'm just probably talking to myself. Okay, do you all have any other questions about her? I actually have a question about that Garcia guy. Man, I tell you, when I saw that little clip of him testifying in court, I was telling Debbie, I said, girl, I am telling you, I have crossed paths with this man. I have seen him face to face. He looks so familiar to me. I don't know how. I mean, I'm a California transplant to Texas, but just looking at him, I feel like I've met this guy. I have met this guy. I have met this guy. And I cannot shake that off. I just cannot shake that off. I mean, I couldn't tell you where. I couldn't tell you, maybe I met his doppelganger. I don't know. Hi, Brenda. I don't know, but I'm like, dang, the very first time I saw him, I was like, I met this chap. Like I said, I couldn't tell you where though. But let's ask about Garcia. Show me. Hi, Beverly. Show me. Beverly saying hi to Brenda. Show me what I need to see about Garcia. Hang on one second. Hang on. Garcia. 10 of Wands. Let me put some cards for Garcia and I'll tell you the star card. Knight of Coins. Look. King of Swords. 2 of Wands. Garcia had to fight for a reduced sentence. He had to fight, he had to negotiate, he had to help the agency with information to get a reduced sentence. So Garcia actually, because of Garcia's testimony, a lot of other shit came out to the surface. And let me tell you one thing about Garcia, he never forgets. He will never forget. I don't know who he is in the sense like what he belongs to. Somebody was saying he's some part of some sort of a gang. I don't know all that. I can't verify all that. I can't back it up. I can't prove it. But with Garcia, he's the kind of a person who will never forget when he has been slighted. He will never forget when he has been belittled. He will never forget when he has been wronged. So if he gets out, who knows what he's going to do to whom, or he may already be talking to people to do whatever he wants him to do to whomever he wants him to do. So I don't know. I'm just leaving it with, again, this for entertainment purposes only. These are allegedly. These are my observations and my opinions. Do your research, do your own due diligence, draw your own conclusions. Will Charlie flip on Wendy? Wait, Debbie asked, will Katie's time be cut short for testifying? I'm going to say no, but I will draw the cards. I got 4 of Wands. I got the Empress. I got the 2 of Cups. I got the Emperor. Wow. Huh. Katie. The Magician. Look. I don't think it is going, her sentence is going to be reduced, but she may get some privileges. She may get some privileges, but I don't know if her sentence is going to be reduced. What is her sentence though? Let me see. What is Katie's sentence? Can you tell me? What is her sentence? Let me see. I don't know if I have. Do you know what her sentence is, Deb? I kind of feel badly for Katie. I shouldn't, but I don't. Like, what is Katie? Is Katie that Catherine Magbanua? Is that the same person you're talking about, or is Katie somebody different, y'all? Because I honestly don't know. If Katie that you're saying is actually Catherine Magbanua, I don't think she's going to get a reduced sentence. But she'll have some privileges. Will Charlie flip on Wendy? I kind of feel bad. Yeah, but hey, she's the one who was the gopher, right? Connected the dots. Will Charlie flip on Wendy? 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 Temperance. We have temperance. We have 2 of Wands. He's thinking about it. He's weighing the pros and cons. Ace of Swords. Whoa, he could very much. He's very emotional. He could very much flip on her. Absolutely, he will flip on her. Watch. Katie says, you're not talking to yourself. I've been listening and amazing the stuff you're saying. You connected a lot of dots. Oh, thank you. Sometimes I'm like, I suppose I'm just talking to myself, right? Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, what are the questions, y'all? Let's go, people. Ask me questions. Ask me questions. Right, that guy, not Garcia, the Rivera. Oh my God, I made that mistake. Didn't somebody call him Garcia and he was like, excuse me, yeah, that guy is the Rivera guy, not the Garcia guy. And see, I tell you, my head is muddled. Here, this guy, I'll show you his thing. I got mixed up myself. I'm sure Mr. Rivera wouldn't appreciate that. This guy, Louis Rivera. Yes, I was talking about Louis Rivera. This guy. Oh wait, let's center it. This guy. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, not Garcia. I'm sorry, my bad. Yes, thanks for catching that, Katie. I swear I've seen that man. I am telling you, of course, here in this photograph, he's like all shaved and all that stuff. But in court, when I saw I'm telling you, I've seen this man somewhere. I've crossed paths with him somewhere. It's like scary. It's like freaking me out. And I'm like, where did I see this guy? I want to go and do some research and see who he is, who he's married to, etc., but I don't have the time or the patience for that, because that'll tell me, like, was he even in a city or state that I was in? Because it's so weird. Or maybe I saw his doppelganger. Okay, moving on. Charlie appealed his conviction. The appeal is being reviewed. How will it go? Oh, he appealed his conviction. What the heck? On what grounds? Okay, I also feel like he might have been... Yeah, okay, he was on... Okay, Charlie appealed his conviction. What? I didn't know that. Yeah, that's true too. You're right, Beverly. Charlie appealed his conviction. Charlie's conviction. Appeal. How is it going to go? Charlie's appeal. What the heck? 2 of coins. 5 of swords. It's not going to go very well for him. I should stop right there. Ace of coins. The wheel of fortune. And 4 of wands. See, it's interesting because 4 of wands is a card of victory. It's a card of going home. It's a card of, all that fine stuff. But if you look at the beginning, they're trying to pitch a certain way, but that's not going very well for him. Then, okay, 2 of coins, right? So let's look at 2 of coins. It's weighing the options, trying to figure out which is the best route to go. And then they have 5 of swords. 5 of swords is saying, no, it's going to be a little bit difficult. And Ace of coins is saying they see a little light at the end of the tunnel. Wheel of Fortune is saying they're going to move forward with that particular aspect. And Four of Wands is typically like saying, celebrations and family and friends and all that stuff. But I'm not so sure. I don't get that. Let me get one more card for clarifying that, please. Queen of Swords. There's a lot of talk about it, but I doubt. Five of Wands again. No, I doubt if he's going to get a reduced sentence. I'll be very surprised if he does. I'll be super duper. So it'll almost feel like, yeah, he is, but I doubt. Okay, so tampered jury pool. Okay, what? Are you saying that the jury pool was tampered, or are you asking if it was? Okay, Beverly explains. She goes, apparently the jury pool was so tainted by media and jurors admitted holding opinions about the case. They did us no favor with Tito and Tato as their nickname. But the evidence is so overwhelming, so whether the jury was tainted or not, or tampered or not, or messed with or not, the evidence is like in your face. How could you not have come to that conclusion? I think Charlie's guilty as sin, but he should have had a change of venue. Yeah, why? That's what they're arguing on? Charlie, old boy. But, okay, here's what I'm going to say. Think about this, y'all. Forget the older brother. If a mother, a brother, and the father are willing to go to such lengths so as to eliminate your ex-husband. Remember, he's ex. He wasn't even her husband at the time. He was the ex, right? To eliminate your ex-husband, how much of emotional manipulating might you have done to convince them that even though he was an ex, he was still messing you up and messing your life? So how much of an emotional roller coaster did you go on to convince your brother, your father, your mother? How much of an emotional blackmail did you do? How much of gaslighting have you done to convince them to take such drastic actions to protect your sorry ass? Wendy is a piece of cake, man. She is a piece of cake. You know who she reminds me of? Laurie Daybell, and she also reminds me of that chick who murdered that guy in Utah. Oh my God, what is her name? She denied that she was even in that city or in Arizona, and then come to find out that oh my God, you know what? Travis, what's that guy's name? Travis somebody who was offed by his ex-girlfriend. Travis, see, I have to look up the name now. Okay, let's see. Travis, no, what is, you know who I'm talking about, right? Travis, no, what's his name? Jodi Arias, thank you. Like thanks Katie. She reminds me of Jodi Arias. So she goes, true Dan, because Dan Market was well known there. Charlie's going to be be a hot mess on the stand. Oh, I'm all for it. I want him to be a mess. Beverly, I digress. I think she very much knew the hit was going to happen. Yes, Travis Alexander, I get his name. I absolutely am convinced she was very cognizant of her plan. She was very aware of what she wanted to accomplish, how to accomplish. She set the ball rolling, and she very well knew that was going to happen. Very well knew. In fact, there was a clip I saw. Some guy, man, I don't even know who he is. I don't know if he's the same Riviera guy or whatever, because it's a bit hazy. He's wearing his orange jumpsuit. He's sitting in some room all chained up, and he's being interviewed by 2 police officers or whatever. I think FBI and the police. And he is saying that the previous day when they went around Dan Markel's house to to do the drive-by or whatever to identify the house, he actually saw Wendy walk by with her 2 kids or something like that, and he kind of panicked and he called somebody and said, what the hell is she doing here? Why is she here? And they're like, oh, we don't know. So whatever. Sylph says hi. Will Charlie actually testify or will he plead the fifth? That's a good question. Will Charlie Adelson testify? Or will he plead the fifth? Will Charlie Adelson testify in court? Will Charlie Adelson testify? Oh, the Sun card in the reverse, which is going to be a no for me. And I'm not holding the cards in reverse. Will Charlie Adelson testify? That's a no right there. 5 of Swords and 7 of Wands. He has to defend himself and protect himself. 5 of Swords. There's the Lover's card. They're still going back and forth. They haven't yet decided. Okay, this card. 2 of Coins. They're still going back and forth, but then right up front the card says, he's not going to, but they're still going back and forth and deciding whether he's going to or not. So he may testify if they're going to give him some privileges. Wendy is dramatic and raised in a dramatic home. Part of me thinks that she could have thought Charlie was tough talking but wouldn't follow through. Okay. Will Donna testify? Will Donna testify? Donna testify. Ace of Wands. Most likely will. 5 of Cups. So there's a lot of feeling unloved. So 8 of Wands. 7 of Swords. Feeling betrayed. Page of Cups. Feeling very emotional about a particular child. What's our final outcome? 9 of Coins. See, it's very interesting because I feel like she will testify, if for nothing else, just to express her emotions about all she did was protect her family. All she did was wanting to protect her family. All she did, all she wanted as a mother, she ever wanted to do was keep her family safe. 10 of Swords and Page of Swords. Yeah, she's very much stressed out. I think she will, for whatever it's worth, she's going to testify just to drive home the point that she is, they made her look like an evil thing and this and that and, the mastermind of it all. But really, any mother in my place would have done that, and I was just protecting my child and wanting to give her a better chance, and my grandchildren, I love them. Yeah, that's what she's planning on. So, I want to see her. For me, I think Donna's done for. She's going to jail one way or the other. I want to see Wendy go down because she is the true mastermind of this. She is. Oh, of course she is. Beverly, I agree with you. But I want to see Wendy go down for this because I kid you not, she is the real mastermind of this all. She is the one who set everything rolling. She is the one who set everything rolling. So what's going on with Dan's sons? Do they think their family is guilty? I already answered that question. Like, they have been completely, so I'll just repeat what the cards I saw, because I pulled cards for this specifically. They have been completely brainwashed by the mother. Completely brainwashed by the mother. So, but they are also at an age when they have access to social media and they are able to look at things and decipher things. Completely brainwashed. Agreed, Wendy is a secret mole. She is 100% responsible for this. I mean, so you're just, okay, if he's your ex-husband, you're just going to go off him because he's not allowing you to relocate with your kids. Really? That's enough to off an ex-husband? Like, really? You know, it's so sad. I feel like Dan's a very nice guy. I mean, you know, I really feel he's a good individual, a good soul, a good individual. I want y'all to go watch this way. Let me see if I can I think I sent it. I saw this interview. I happened upon that way. Where is that? Hang on. Oh, I can't. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Hang on 1 second. Let me see. If I have the link, I can post it here so that you guys can go and watch it. Oh man, damn it. Where is it? Hang on, I'm seeing if, I can't find the link. Okay, so y'all go look at it, y'all. So I came across, I think it was a 7-minute or 10-minute video of the police interviewing the guy who was on the phone, like Dan Marquez's last phone call, the person who spoke last to Dan. That was while the shooting was occurring, like right then and there. I think the police interviewed him the day after, or the day after, or 2 days later or something. And he explained the whole thing, and I was so heartbroken. I was so sad. I was like, so looks like this guy was talking to Dan and he got shot, and after Dan got shot is when the neighbor came and found him, right? And he was like still kind of moving his head a little bit or whatever. So all within those few minutes, right? So what he said, wait, hang on. I struggle to see a case beyond a reasonable doubt for Wendy. Unfortunately, just Wendy was so perfectly insulted from everything. Yeah, the bitch, right? And I'm not going to apologize for saying that. It's my opinion. The family really wanted to, like from being implicated, whatever. Okay, Moldeman. Okay, so what he said, this guy explained, he said that he's a music teacher in some school, and his very good friend was also friends with Dan Marquez, okay? And something about the school where the kids were going to go, whatever, and they had been texting back and forth because this guy is a music teacher in that particular school or something to that effect, and he was saying, no, the school's good, this, that, and the other, and Dan had texted him, so he comes with receipts, saying that I didn't know that Wendy had already got them into that school. What Wendy said in court was Dan had agreed to it. So she lied. In that text, clearly Dan says, I didn't know she did it. Okay, so that's one thing. And so finally he texted him and said, hey man, whenever you're ready to talk, just call me or whatever. So I don't know whether Dan called him or he called Dan, and whether Dan was driving to his house, or Dan was leaving his house. He says it sounded like he was driving, and then yes, I don't know whether he was leaving or coming back or whatever. But he said he was driving and he sounded like he was in the car, and as he is getting in or wherever, he says something like, hold on a second, I see somebody in the driveway who I don't recognize. I don't know who this is. Very clearly he's told this guy, hold on a second, there's somebody in my driveway who I don't recognize. So that means by then the car was already waiting there for him, right? And so he probably drives in, he's parking the car, or maybe he's sitting in the car getting ready to back out, and he says, hold on a second, I see somebody in the driveway who I don't recognize. And then they come by and then they ask him if he's Dan Markel and shoot him. So that's okay. So, and then he says, okay, he waited for a second and then he goes, he says he hears some sort of a mumbling and like a weird breathing sound. And it sounds like, you know how sometimes when we are talking to somebody on the phone and somebody walks up to us and they want to talk and we want to kind of not necessarily mute the phone, but we kind of hold it like this or hold it behind us just to muffle the voice or whatever. This guy said it sounded like he had his phone on his chest and I could hear him like weirdly breathing. And he said he made a weird sound and he could hear some muffling going on and he thought it was the radio. He couldn't make out the words and immediately he thought like Dan had a heart attack and he was desperately like, hey, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay, to no response. And finally he hung up the phone and he immediately went looking to find out what Dan's address was and called the ambulance. So when he hung the phone and called the ambulance, I think in that period of time, the neighbor had already walked by, a neighbor had called the ambulance because he said, I called back and somebody answered Dan's phone and then I could hear the sirens. So maybe the cops said, whoever was there picked up the phone and said, who are you or whatever. So that was so sad to hear. I mean, think about it. You're talking to a person and you basically just listen to somebody just get shot and lose their life. And there's nothing you could have done because you're sitting somewhere else. But good on him for at least going and finding, you know, his address somewhere on the internet and he called the ambulance from wherever he was. I thought that was quite awesome, right? Oh, she meant insulated. Yeah, I get it. So that was really sad. That interview is somewhere on the internet, y'all. You'll go find that. I just saw it, I think yesterday or today I saw it. It was just a 10-minute thing and it is so sad. Just listening to that, I was like, man, that is so incredibly sad, right? But another thing what I don't get is, you know, I don't understand the mind of these, what goes on in the mind of these assassination, the people who assassinate for money and kill people for money. Like, there's no personal animosity with that individual. So basically that individual is innocent. And you just take money from somebody and you're like, I don't care if they're innocent or not, I'm just going to off them. Like, what goes on in your brain that you're able to do something like that? Like, I don't know. I just don't know. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate. Of course, Dan Markel is not the first person who has been offed by his spouse or ex-spouse and the family, and he's not going to be the last. You know, we've seen that this kind of executions, this kind of eliminations have happened to women and men also, right? So I mean, it's I don't know, y'all, it kind of breaks my heart, but then what do you do? So any other questions, y'all? If y'all have no other questions, then we can say bye-bye. But I'm waiting for her case to come to court. I want to see her, like, you know, be led away in cuffs. I really do. So I just want to pull some cards for Dan Markel. Hang on one second. I just want to see the energy around his spirit right now. Dan Markel. What is the energy around you or spirit and your energy? Actually, I'm being told not to use these cards, so I won't use these cards for him. I'll use another set. God, I'm tripping. There. That's what I don't understand. With Katie, how badly did she need money that she was willing to pay telephone? Yeah. I don't know. Bunny, stop whining. Seriously, don't piss me off right now. What are you whining about? Huh? What are you whining about? Do you want to go outside? Then keep quiet. Simply. Drama, drama, drama. Ooh, these cards are nice. Oh, this smells so good. Still new. Okay, Dan Markel. What are these cards even called? Dan Markel, show me what. Adaptation, confidence, instinct, trust. Oh, see, for him, it was all about. I would have been okay if she had gone around doing this the right way. He still had the confidence that things would be able to be set right, and instinctively he knew that maybe the trust is the issue over here. Like, he just knew. He had that, what's the word? The misplaced confidence and trust, right? That things will work themselves out. But he also knew that given time, things could heal in the relationship and they would be able to get along. So basically what he's saying is, I did everything I possibly could, but it wasn't good enough for her. He communicated the best he could, but it wasn't good enough for her. There was fear. He had some fear about her lack of communication. Patience. He was very patient. He had great hope that he could transform the whole situation, and there was joy because he felt that he could. He wanted to provide. He feels like he was strict. Oh, I can't. I feel for this man. It's so sad. He actually would have been a good husband. He absolutely was. He was a good father. She just was dissatisfied for some reason. I don't think Wendy Adelson is the kind of a person who would be happy and settle with one spouse. I think she's the kind who likes to flit around and always try to portray the image of she's been wronged, right? She needs to be protected, she's been wronged. She is a piece of work, man. She's going to go down, you watch. Okay. Canadian girl. Hi there. I'm curious, when Charlie and Wendy went for dinner, he said something to her and she threw up on the table. Can you check with the cards and see what he said to her? What? She threw up on the table? I didn't even know about that. That's news to me. What? Really? So, I'm curious, when Charlie and Wendy went for dinner, he said something to her and she threw up on the table. Can you check with her? Really? I don't know, we'll ask the cards. Ace of Cups, 8 of Coins, 7 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and 9 of Wands. Wow. Basically, I wouldn't be surprised if he might have said it's fixed and it's done for, it's going to be carried out, or maybe it's a success. With the hit happened, or yeah, he took a hit. That's basically what it was. Maybe she didn't, like somebody said here, maybe she didn't think that he was capable of doing it. But here it says, it's clearly showing, absolutely, he might have told her it's done. The hit happened and it's carried out, it's over with, done. And she freaked out. Because for her, it's all a big game. It's all a big game for that evil person. Oh, and now Katie says the state thinks he told her he did it at that dinner. Wow. Oh, he took her for a celebration? She's all about drama, isn't she? For her, she likes to be the center of attention. She enjoys that drama. She enjoys being, oh, poor girl, look at her. She's having such a tough time. She needs to be protected at all costs type of a situation. Oh, she knew. She absolutely knew. She knew it was going to go down. Absolutely, she knew. But knowing it was going to go down to actually finding out that it did went down or it did go down is two different things. Not Katie, Wendy. Well, Katie is coming to mind. Okay, Katie, what do you got? Show me, Katie. Yeah. It was all about the money for Katie. Seven of Swords, yeah. And to protect yourself. So. Three of Wands, yeah. The Hierophant, Ten of Swords, yeah. So she goes, Wendy never understood the weight of her complaining about Dan. Yes, Charlie took her out after the hit. Oh, wow. And so Sif says, was Wendy's boyfriend supposed to take the fall for the murder? Was she? Yes, I already answered that question earlier. Yes. Okay. No other questions, y'all? So, she said on the stand she was so scared. I say, boo-hoo. Yeah, I agree with you, Brenda. I agree with you. Alright, everybody. So, this is what I got for today. I'm going to call it quits now. But, of course, this is not going to be the last reading. I mean, I have a feeling this case is going to go on for a while. So, we'll continue to keep tabs on it and watch and maybe do readings for it again. I'm going to put out week ahead and month ahead. I got to do it within the next couple of days. The past couple of days, I've been having some major issues. So, anyway, I mean, with regards to my autoimmune. Oh, absolutely, my pleasure. So watch out for those two videos, week ahead and month ahead. And also, I did a TikTok live about, the lunar eclipse and its effects. And I meant to record it so I could post it on YouTube, but I forgot all about it. So what I will do is, when I do the month ahead reading, I will include the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse for each sign in that. So it'll all be together. So you can watch that. So Canadian girl says he feels like she was trying to set him up. I didn't like him much when he testified. Too much personal opinions, like just answer the question. Yeah. And Brenda says, have a beautiful night. Yeah, thank you everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. And give me a thumbs up. Leave your comments. Spread the word around about this channel. I would appreciate it. I'd like to see it grow even further because, I don't know, I seem to have stagnated for some reason. But, yeah, thank you so very much. I do personal readings. Y'all know that. One more thing I forgot to mention, y'all, is I'm going to be doing a product review that a company sent me. They sent it to me free, and it's a product review. I'm going to do the video tomorrow. It's going to be a video, not a live. And it has got, the products are about canine, stuff for dogs, their joint health and their, this, that, and the other. And I was so excited because it's like finally somebody's sending me a free product that I can, do a review on. I want to do the whole reveal and stuff, and I also want to do a video of actually giving it to Bernie, so that we'll see how is he going to like the smell, the taste of it, or is he going to spit it out and say I don't like it, that sort of a thing. I have a feeling he will. So I'm going to have to video everything and put it together, and I'll post it. Please do watch that video. There is a link over there. I'm going to put it. It's already now up, I think. There'll be on my videos. There'll be a link for a 20% discount. So feel free to go and look up the company, and if you buy anything, you get that discount for 20%. The discount code is Bernie, BERNIE 20. So it's there on my description or whatever. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to be doing the proper video, so I'll show you the products they sent me, and that sort of stuff. The company is based out of I think California, so it's manufactured within the United States. I'm going to be also comparing it to the standard products that I have been giving my fur babies for I don't know how many decades. So we'll do all of that. And full disclosure, if you all do go and buy anything, not only do you get a discount, I also get some commission or points, so that I can go and buy for my own personal consumption or my puppy's consumption. So full disclosure. So watch out for that video. That video is definitely going to go up tomorrow. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate y'all, and take care. Have a great rest of the evening. Have a great rest of the weekend. So be happy, be safe, be healthy. All right, blessed be, everybody. Bye for now. All right, there we go.